welcome to the Daily QCI for June 4th, 2025. Today, if you're leading a team or running a business and still flying blind about who actually influences what, well, today might be helpful. You can skip the motivational quotes and instead try mapping, specifically Burja Map. Burja Mapping is a framework for understanding how power, resources, constraints, narratives, and behaviors all influence your system, your team, your clinic, your organization, and even you. It's not about org charts or job titles. It's about what's really going on, about who has influence over whom or what they're optimizing for, and what's helping them or holding them back. Now, you can map all of this in real time with a new Burja Mapping Miro template, just published yesterday. I first heard about Burja Mapping through Ben Mosier from Hired Thought, and I was working with him on some coaching, and he introduced me to the concept. And since then, I've played with it off and on, and finally decided that having a template to work with would be helpful for me and maybe for you too. So what this interactive template should allow you to do is spot underutilized talent, surface hidden constraints, see who's aligned or against, identify cultural carriers, resistors, and people at risk for burnout, and finally make decisions based on reality. Whether you're launching a new initiative, trying to lead a change initiative, or just wondering why things feel stuck, this could give you more clarity. So here's how we do it. First, you're going to open up Miro.com. And if you don't already, you should be able to create a free account. Once you do and you get your first Miro board going, then you're going to come over here on the left-hand side and click Templates. Do a search for Burja. And you should see Burja Mapping right there. Go to Use Template. And that will fire up the full template for you right here. Zoom in at the top. There's an explanation about what this is and where it came from. There's a link to a couple more resources. And then guide you through the process. Now, you can do this all and have a comprehensive overview of a number of different areas to explore, or you could just pick one relationship to look at. So you could look at power versus alignment. That's going to be players and goals. You could look at resources versus constraints, and you could look at strategies and narratives, or behaviors versus narratives. As you come down and do your first one, you're going to find that you've got a lot of sticky notes. So what you're going to do, take the people on your team. In this particular instance, you're also going to consider competitors, suppliers, anything that influences you or your work. You're going to give them each a sticky note, put their name, their role, and something about their goals. What is it they're trying to achieve? What do they do in the office or the practice? And once you have that, you can then keep following the arrow to your first map, where you're looking at power versus alignment. And from here, you're going to put each of those stickies that has a name, a role, and their goals, and put on here, where are they? Do they have high power for you or your organization? You're going to need a center to focus on. So the center could be you, if you're wanting to know, kind of look at the dynamics of the people and things around you. Or you could look at your team. You could look at your whole business. So I'm going to use a dental office again as an example. If you want to use a dental office, then the center could be the office itself. And in that case, you'd need to put yourself on a sticky. And then high power, low power, alignment, low or high. Once you have everybody situated, you've thought through that, you can visualize how things are influenced. Then you can come over here and you have a little interpretation about what those things mean and who you should empower, who might be feeling unheard and needs some support. Well, have fun with that one. Map number 2 is looking at resources for each person versus constraints. And here what you have is, again, color coding now has been assigned based on map 1. So if I label myself as player 1, then I'm still going to be yellow sticky as we come down into map 2. So you don't have to put all the same stuff from map 1 on sticky 2. You can just use the color to reference who's who. And there you have resources versus constraints. And the important thing here, you don't want to map where people should be in any of these. You want to map where they are. That's going to give you the most realistic overview and visualization of what's happening. Once you do that, you could then also start drawing arrows on each person in indicating what direction they're going. If you're looking at resources and constraints and you have a team member that is going through some training, then they might have low resources, but you're going to draw an arrow indicating that they're vectoring towards higher resources. So you can do things like that to demonstrate what direction people are going as well. Okay, once you've done that, sit back, look at your map, and reflect. Where are your champions? Where's the risk? What constraints could be lifted? Who's talking a good game but walking a different path? And what game are you really playing? Try it out. Create your own Burja Map. Use the Miro template. And go inspire some clarity, alignment, and action. Because the real work of leadership isn't forcing people into boxes. It's seeing the system and learning how to move within it. I'll see you tomorrow.